Welcome back to A Toda Madre. It is your boy, Rodless. This weekend we have two boxing cards, but I'm only going to talk about two boxing fights and throw some shade at Brian Norman Jr. Let me throw some shade at him first. You better fucking win. You better fucking win. Because if not, bro, you said no to $2 million or 1.7, whatever it was, to fight in the co-main event of Michaela Mayer. You better fucking win. That people is on the ESPN card. He's gonna be on the undercard of Michaela Mayer versus Sandy Ryan. Then of course we have on the zone side with Golden Boy, we got William Zepeda versus Tevin Farmer. Two. Both are rematches. Both were great matches. On the zone card, on the undercard, the first fight, we're gonna see Yokasta Valle versus what's her name? What's her name? I escaped my freaking head. Are you serious? Anyways, I do have Yokasta Valle winning. And then, of course, on the ESPN card, you have the Boots co-main event. I was only saying that because earlier last year, he said no to a potential fight with Boots Ennis, and we all know what happened. So let's just talk about the two main events. I'm going to talk about what I feel is going to be easier than what people believe. And because I do want to talk about the other one later, because for me, it was the women's match of the year last year. William Cepeda, El Camarón, Mr. Duck, against Kevin Farmer 2. Why are we getting a 2? We have our theories. I have my theories. I have my ideas why. We're not going to get into that. We're going to go into what's what, right? The first match, Cepeda threw like 700 shots, landed about 4. Farmer threw about 400, landed about 2 to 300. So William Zepeda, not only did he outlanded him, he outpunched him. He was dropped though, but round to round, it was a 10 rounder. Round to round, it did look like he was gonna get Farmer out of there. Farmer, all hard, underrated chin. That's if Zepeda has no power at all against like B plus, A minus opposition. But man, I am shocked of how much shots he took to the body, to the head, cutting the corner, going back, going forth, boom, 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 boom. I did have William Cepeda winning. People who say Tevin Farmer won, I don't see how, other than he knocked him down. And that was more like a flash knockdown. He got up, shook his head. Let's go. I don't see a reason why there would have been a 2 other than he dropped them. Or if we get into that conspiracy that, not conspiracy, but it is a factual thing that there was no drug testing and Farmer said that it was in his contract. All of a sudden we have a rematch. I do believe it's gonna go similar. However, this is 12 rounds. That's the only difference between the first fight and the second fight, and it is for the interim WBC belt. That Shakur has the big one. He has a WBC belt. Basically, they become the mandatory, even though William Zepeda already had said no to that fight. I don't remember the first one, but for sure the ones that I remember, they wanted to schedule him to fight like in October. He said no because either honeymoon, marriage, or he had a kid. But then like a month later, he fights in November. And then they scheduled him to fight in February against Shakur on the last crescendo. He said that he was injured, so he said no. And now he's fighting a month later in March. Yeah, that's a duck, man. That's a duck. Pero regardless of the situation, we have this fight. And it's gonna be a good show. If you decide to watch this fight, it's gonna be a good show. You cannot cry about it. You cannot fight about it. It will be put on as a banger. It probably will be the fight of that card. There's gonna be a lot of back and forths. If they're going with the big thing, because now there's gonna be a drug testing. If William Cepeda drastically, drastically does not throw as many punches, yeah, man, you were in the sauce. Because if you threw 700 punches and you're known for that, and then all of a sudden you're throwing 400 or 500, that's 200 difference. Because you already fought this guy. You already know how he fought. He's not gonna change his game plan. So yeah, I would say you were on the juice. But if you throw 700, then you're just that guy training on the high hills of Mexico, on the big 7,000 altitude. What I do see different this time around, I do see a more level-headed William Zepeda. He's probably gonna wait to go all out on the later rounds for the sole purpose of Tevin Farmer got tired. He got tired and he was running around. He looked kind of gassed. I know that right now he's gonna come in more physically better because now he's more active fighting because he was coming off a 3 year layoff, fighting other guys before he fought Murataya and then Cepeda. But I don't think he's gonna have enough to beat Cepeda. I actually do have Cepeda winning, and I have him winning by stoppage, late 11 or 12, just because of how Farmer was looking. Farmer was looking gassed out. Farmer was taking a lot of damage at the end of the round, which was 10 rounds only. Again, we're talking about if this is not a juiced Cepeda or if he is juiced or not. If he passes the test, that means he's not juiced, right? Everybody each to their own, have their own opinion. At 12 rounds, I can definitely see a stoppage for Cepeda, unless Tevin Farmer throws out a Hail Mary and lands a bigger punch that Cepeda doesn't see and he wins by knockout. I don't see how Farmer can win a 12 rounder if he couldn't win a 10 rounder. It's just going to be more clear towards Cepeda. If I gave him, what was it, 6 rounds to 4 for Cepeda, it's definitely going to be in 8 rounds to 4 now. But I am going with the stoppage, and I'm going 11 or 10th round stoppage. It's going to be on Saturday on the zone. Don't miss it out. Now, Let me explain the evening for you. Let me explain the evening for you. Give me a quick second. By the way, it came to my head. Marlon Esparza is going to be fighting Yukasta Valle. I do have Yukasta Valle winning by decision. All right, anyways, back to this one. Let me explain the evening for you, like I was saying. I'm laying in my bed. It's Friday night. Instead of me going out and about to a bar, drinking a beer, I decided to stay home. I wasn't feeling good. It was also cold, if I recall, because it was around October, if I recall, and it was a Friday night. I'm laying in my bed, turn on the TV, and I noticed that they're fighting. Michaela Mayer is about to fight. And I'm like, why not? So I sit down, start watching it. Round one goes by, round two goes by. And get this, each round I'm getting closer and closer and closer and closer to my TV because my TV is on the nightstand, now in the bed. By the end of round 10, I'm literally like this, watching. All the eyes are there. I'm posting because it's probably the best fight of the year. Not probably. It is the best fight of the year for me. This is before the Amanda Serrana and Katie Taylor rematch happened. I'm screaming of excitement. I'm loving every minute. I'm like, hell yeah. Michaela Mayer won that first fight, which I agreed. And I thought she was going to lose. I thought Ryan was going to do enough, but I feel like Ryan was just looking at her shots. Every time she landed a beautiful one, she would only headhunt, and she lost focus of her game plan. Go to the body, go to the body. But that fight for me was women's fight of the year. Let's take the fact that Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano was a great fight. It's just that I already had seen that, while this one was just a banger. And there's a reason why it's a banger. That was on a Friday night. and now they're getting to do their own show on a Saturday night main event on ESPN, and they have their own undercards, like good fights. But they are the ones who are closing out the show, and I love every single minute of it. I personally disliked Michaela Mayer. I didn't like how she was. Her snobby look, the way she toda su pinche cara, like, oh no, like, I despised her. I didn't like her, man. But as a fighting, because I am a fan of boxing, not a fan of boxers. Let me put it in perspective. I do love me some boxers. Hagler. I can be biased towards him all the time, even though I never got to see him live. I got to see all his highlights, all his fights later on. Get to see it later on. He is one of my favorites when it comes to history. So you could be a fan of boxers and fighters, but overall, for me, I'm a fan of boxing. So because how Michaela Mayer is in ring, I love her. Her personality or her fucking Fuji face. Yeah, I don't like that. But whatever. I'm like, do your thing, girl. Fucking sell the fight. And if you have to put that Fuji face, put that fucking Fuji face. Al final de cuenta, tú eres la que estás poniendo tu cuerpo, tu cara, tus trancazos en el ring. Y yo no. So, si me haces odiarte, continue to do it. Basically, what I said is just she's the one who's putting her face, her career, everything in the line. And if that sells the match, keep on doing it because she's doing a great job. Like I said, I used to dislike her, and every time I would want to watch a fight so that she can lose, I ended up becoming a fan of hers, a fan of hers, a fan of hers. And now I'm stuck as a fan. You go on, girl. Beat Ryan again. I do hope she wins it. I do hope it's as good as part one, making it the greatest sequel of all time. Well, I don't know about all time, but at least women's sequel. Because again, Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano did take that title of Women's Fight of the Year. But for me personally, I did enjoy Katie Taylor sorry, I did enjoy Michaela Mayer versus Sunny Ryan a lot more for the aesthetic of how I was feeling at that particular moment. Maybe if I rewatch both fights, I'll probably say this one. But at the moment of what I felt when I'm seeing these girls, I saw this as my favorite fight. Who do I have winning? I'm gonna go with Michaela Mayer again. I feel like as she moved up and stepped up to the plate to fight this woman who handled her punches better than what I thought, I have to give her another chance because now she's more acclimated to the weight. Now she's the champion. She knows what's up. There's her first rematch. She knows the lingo. She's been in there. She knows she can't get knocked out. Maybe she can or dropped, but at the moment, she's chilling like a villain. So, can I see Ryan winning? Of course. She has to go to the body though. She just can't headhunt. If she goes to the body so she can slow her down, then you go upstairs and then go back downstairs and then go back upstairs. But if she's gonna be looking at her shots again, girl, get out of here with that shit. Look at Michaela Mayer on points. She's gonna win a decision. And it should be an easy one, hopefully. It's gonna be on ESPN. It might be at the same time as the Camarón Farmer fight. I know myself will be watching this fight if both fights are on because I enjoy this one a lot more than the Tevin Farmer, even though that was a great fight as well. I just don't think there should be a sequel for that one. And this having a sequel, yeah, I can see the reasons where, even though I had Michaela winning, there's could have been people that had her losing because it was that close. Like I said, if I had a 6-4, people could have had a 6-4 the other way. But anyways, people, did you see the fight? Are you guys gonna watch the fight? ESPN Mayor Ryan 2. The Zone, Zepeda Farmer 2. Yay or nay? Or you just don't care. You have a good night, good morning, and a good evening.